I'm going to skip into the next one while you're finishing. Paraiso Pinot Noir. Paraiso is out of Santa Lucia Highlands, which is an excellent, excellent growing region in California. In fact, in my mind, it's one of the best in the United States. Oregon gets a lot of praise simply because Oregon is, again, going back to the latitudinal lines, Oregon is the same latitude as France, as Burgundy. So you get a lot of the same weather influences, you have a lot of the same climate impact. But for my money, I would go with the Santa Lucia. Santa Lucia is going to have, if you're going for American, you want that extracted fruit. You want the flavor that really just hits you right when you taste it. And I really believe Santa Lucia does that for you. Your value for your money out of Santa Lucia is where it's at, I think. And Paraiso being an excellent, excellent producer. And again, going back to even on their label, there's mountains. I think the key to knowing Pinot Noir and where it grows well is to find a climate like a mountain range where there are, you know, little valleys and inlets where you can keep a little climate of cooler air, a pocket where even if it gets hot during the day, it cools down enough at night so that the grape skins don't cook. Pinot Noir has the most delicate skins, and sun can really destroy the crop. So that's why in areas where they're producing a lot of Cab, you don't tend to find they're producing Pinot as well. Like Napa. And that's why our next one we'll get into, the Pinot that they grow in Napa is done way in the south where the fog comes in. So the fog, again, keeping the climate cooler, keeping the grapes able to produce without burning. So we'll jump into Santa Lucia.
And is that considered Central Coast?
It's in the Central Coast. It is definitely, it's south of Napa and Sonoma, but it is again north of our lower area here in Temecula. And it's right there in the Central Coast where, you know, you've got the desert in the east, but you do have going up against the ocean this little range of mountains that keep it protected in a nice little pocket where you can get some nice Chardonnay and Pinot.
A microclimate.
A microclimate, exactly. Excellent. So this is Paraiso. And I think you'll find the quality level on this one to be a step above. Corsica, not being a well-known growing region for Pinot, but that's why you get your value Pinots out of Corsica. And Argentina, though very well known for Malbec and Cab, is sparse with what it makes with Pinot. They really have to find the right areas. Santa Lucia is known for Pinot Noir, so this is going to be, these guys sought this out and made Pinot Noir because this is what's there.
Oh, now this is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what vintage, I didn't notice on the bottle what vintage it says, but it definitely gives you, on the nose, it seems as if it's been in the bottle for a long time.
And ironically, actually, this is one of the younger ones. This is a 2008. But that again goes back to the quality level. It's been very well made. The region is known for this, so that's what comes from that area or what people seek out of that area. And it really explodes with that area. You really get the sort of sense that Pinot has been growing there for a while.
Now I'm getting what someone taught me to call almost like a barnyard kind of
for sure
finish on the nose, and I suspect that after it opens, you might lose some of that.
You probably would. I think also the barnyard is coming from a slight oak as well, because I'm getting a lot of the oak in here. So I definitely, barnyard is a great example of that. Barnyard meaning for everyone else, like that sense of barnyard floor. If you walk through a barn, that kind of hay, that kind of musty, earthy funk smell that you get. Funk being a good thing.
Now, this is a wine you'd want to drink, it really is.
Yes.
Oh, it's very smooth. It's very smooth, and it's got a very long, lingering finish.
Lingering, very good. That's exactly the sign of a quality wine. Very well-made wines. You'll take a sip and you'll be there 5 minutes later going, oh, I want that again. That was really good. And this is a definite testament to that. You can taste a little bit of that kind of vanilla in there. There's definitely more, I would say, berry flavor to this. I get like a raspberry or almost even a subtle like blueberry, but like more the skins than the pulp.
Exactly. Again, not something where it hits you with cherry right on the tip of your tongue as soon as you taste it.
Definitely a little more searching, and there's a lot of intricacy to this wine. And then going into the earth, yeah, I'd say your barnyard is right on the money. You get that kind of like moist hay. And there's not really any tobacco or any leather. That tends to be more of an old world thing, and this is proving it. You can still get earth in an American wine, but the earth comes in different flavor profiles. So barnyard was a good nail on this one. And I do taste a slight wood, which I think is where I'm getting the vanilla from. So you get that sweet kind of vanilla kick in the end, and I think that's really coming from the oak that they aged in.
Now, do you happen to follow particular winemakers? Because obviously I know that winemakers don't necessarily make a single wine. They may kind of sell their services to different vineyards. Is there any particular winemaker of Pinot that you think is really good?
Well, interestingly enough, there is a Pinot maker that I do follow, Raessler Pinot, and that's because my last name is Raessler, and I found these guys, and they make exceptional Pinots, and they are one of my favorites that I like to follow. I've not found that he is a consultant, a winemaking consultant. If there was a winemaking consultant that I would say that I specifically follow, I'd probably say Nils Venge. Started a few wineries up in Napa, consults for a lot of people around the world now, and he makes some exceptional wines. He's Napa based, but their wines are all over. You've seen the Venge label, makes Saddleback. There are a few labels that he's got his specific name on, but he's had his hands in quite a few more producers.